Hello, guys. Welcome back to the Café con Laura podcast. I am so beyond thankful for all of you who have listened to episode 1, and for those of you who have personally reached out to me, letting me know that you listened. That really just meant so much to me. As my first ever podcast and first episode being released, I really had no idea on what to even expect. So I am just a little shook that anyone even actually listens. So it really means more than you guys know. I'm very excited to introduce episode 2 this week. This week's episode is going to be about time management. For those of you that are maybe in a rut and you just feel like you don't really know how to go about your day, you're feeling like you might not be getting things done the way that you'd like to. I'm kind of feeling that way myself. I've been targeting that mindset for a week or two now. So that's pretty much what this episode is going to be on. I am currently recording this on a Wednesday, so this will be released on Friday. And I am just I'll be honest with you guys. This is an honest podcast, so I want this to be very honest and open space type of place. Well, I am scheduled for jury duty tomorrow, and I get to check tonight on their website if I have to be called in or not. And I'm just honestly really anxious because I don't want to go. But I know it's my civic duty to do that, and to help out, and I totally get that. But I feel like I'm an anxious person all in all sometimes when I don't know what to expect, because I love to be in control. That's either a good or bad thing, but I love to be in control, and so I'm a little on edge because it's like a test result almost, where you're hoping for the answer that you want, and anyways, we'll see what happens, but that's just how I'm feeling right now. So I hope that you guys are not feeling anxious like me and you're having a great day. Well, anyway, let's get episode 2 started. Here we go. Happy Friday, guys. I hope that your Friday morning, evening, or Friday night is going exactly the way that you want it to. So for today's episode, I really just want to touch base on time management and staying motivated. Personally, I feel like I've been in a rut. I usually am the type of person that I'm very good at time managing. I will say I'm normally very good at time managing. I love a busy schedule. I love knowing that I know exactly what's going to happen that day for the most part, or that week. I love planning ahead. I have this mental planner. I wish that I was the type of girl that was very savvy on calendars or agendas, planners, but I've tried all that and I just can't seem to be that person, to be that girl. I am just the type that keeps a mental note, or I'll keep notes on my phone. That's just my way of doing it. But I'm, very good at that for the most part. And I don't know what's happened, but this year I've just felt very unmotivated. I don't really know what to expect these days. I wake up and I have an early shift at work. I go in at 5 a.m. and I get out at 1:30, which ideally that sounds not horrible because you have the rest of your day to do a lot of things. But I have found that waking up that early for me, even if I go to bed pretty early, I just feel tired. No matter what, I'm still tired when I get off work. And so I'm drinking heaps of caffeine. Which is not a bad thing for me because I love coffee. I love caffeine, probably a little bit too much than I should. I'm always drinking, coffees or Celsius. That's just my thing, and that keeps me going. But I don't know, lately I've been getting off work and I tell myself, okay, I'm going to go to the gym, and then I'll plan content for this brand that I'm working with, or I'll shoot some content, get myself out there, some exposure. But I don't know. I get off work and I'm just I want to take a nap, and then I take a nap, and then I feel like my day is wasted, and I wake up at 5 p.m. and then it's time to make dinner, and then I go to bed at 9. And that's just been my day to day these past few days. But but I've been feeling like that. I started or ended last year on a good note. I was going to the gym every day after work, and then I'd come home and I was awake and I was pretty motivated. I shot content. I planned things for the week, or I planned things for my wedding. And I don't know, like nowadays it's like I make it to the gym about 2 to 3 times and then I'm tired. So I have been thinking to myself, okay, what is the root of this problem? There must be something behind why I'm feeling in a rut. There has to be a reason, because this is so not like me. And I started really kind of thinking. I took out my notepad on my phone and I just started making a list of things that I wanted to accomplish and things that I felt like were holding me back. And one of the things that I said was, I feel unmotivated because I don't know where my end goal is anymore. I will say it's been super hard for me to grow on Instagram like I have been in the past. During the pandemic, I will say I wasn't working such a stressful or demanding job as I am now at the moment. And so maybe that could be a reason. But I was so motivated and I was so like focused on my vision of growing, and I made it happen. During the pandemic, was able to land my first major brand collaboration, and it was a dream come true. I was able to work like within the industry that I wanted, and it really just made me realize what I can do when I put hard work in, like actual real hard work in. And it's like now I will put in the work, but I just feel like I'm so tired that it's just not good enough and I'm not putting it out there enough. And so it makes me wonder, what is my end goal with this? Is this just a hobby now? I too get attacked by the fear of what people think of me sometimes. You know, people are like, you know, oh, she thinks that she can be a content creator, an influencer, but like she's not great. And I know that I shouldn't be worrying about what people think about me, because at the end of the day, it's what really matters truly and truthfully is what I think about myself and what my, family members think of me. But even then, what matters is how I feel about myself at the end of the day, because that is really going to show in my day-to-day life and in my work. And I started to realize that I'm not motivated anymore. And that was hard because I love content creating. I love being able to be creative and think out the box. And I realize now that what I need to do is to make a list of actual attainable goals of how to get where I want to get. So basically, what kind of content do I want to create? So for me, like personally, like what do I want to create? And why do I want to create it? Is it because I want to focus on a future career goal? Is this what I want to do for the rest of my life? Or is it because I want to work with a certain brand or, yada, yada, like whatever. Like for me, I just need to focus on that specific. And I was really getting out of that habit. I was more so thinking, okay, like I'm supposed to be creating content. I'm supposed to be putting this out there. So this is what I should be doing day to day. And I just realized that I needed to focus on the specifics of it. And that really has helped me. Like now I'm like, okay, I want to create content because I want this to be my career. Like I want to be able to connect with people. I want to be able to create content that I'm proud of, not just put it out there. Like I want to actually be proud of it. And they always tell you when you're trying to grow yourself online that you should be posting a lot frequently to grow. And I feel like I am doing that, but I wasn't doing it the right way. I was just posting all this content that I wasn't necessarily 100% proud of. And I think that shows. And so for me, I really had to take a step back and go, okay, I need to stop worrying about posting all the time and worry about creating content that actually means something to me. That I know that when I post this, I'm 100% proud of it and no one can change my mind. And that's really what I'm working on right now. And that really has worked so well for me. I can see that is making me motivated. Because the problem was I wasn't motivated because I wasn't really happy with what I was doing. I was just kind of in the cycle of things. Something else that really has helped me is, people say workout. And like I've explained, I have worked out very frequently. Right after work, I'm like, okay, I'm going to work out. It's going to wake me up. And usually the endorphins kind of help me to stay awake. But me being really unmotivated, I would go on my workout and I'd come back home and I'd take a nap and that was it. And I realized, okay, no, working out does help, but I also need to change my mindset, or else my workout for me personally I was going to come back home and be like, oh, that was a really tiring workout. I'm going to bed now. So for me, the first tip is change your mindset and make yourself realize, like, what are you doing it for? Whatever it is that you're doing, why are you doing it? And what's your end goal with it? Another thing I wanted to mention is something else that kind of helps me to kind of change my attitude, change my mind, is eat a good lunch. Eat a good lunch. That's really simple, but me, like, sometimes I don't get hungry during the day and I feel like I get hangry, or I'm too busy worrying about the things that I have to do that I don't eat. And I have found that when I actually eat a good lunch, something that I'm like, wow, this was amazing. This is so good. My whole attitude changes. It's like, girl, sometimes you just need to eat. Like, sometimes you just need to eat. So don't skip out on a good meal. That has definitely helped me. And pretty much the other thing, which I feel like I've touched base on, is just make a list of what you want in your life. Long term and short term. What do you want and why do you want it? That's what helped me, is realizing why I'm doing this. Or it's also helped me realize that I don't need to do some things because I don't have a why. So that's my little tips and tricks for staying motivated. And also this goes hand in hand with your time management. When you realize why you're doing something, it really helps you realize the time that you have to do something. I don't know about you guys, but when I have something planned out, like let's say a trip, for example, my bachelorette trip is next Friday. So not this Friday that you're hearing this on, but the following Friday. This has been planned for months now. I started packing for this bachelorette trip. I'm not even kidding. Like February, like mid-February. And my trip is like April, like the end of April. I plan way too in advance for things. Now, I will say sometimes it's beneficial. Like, for example, my wedding is in September, and I have been planning my wedding since about November of last year. So a little bit like over a year in advance. And a lot of people thought I was really crazy for that. But I am so thankful I did that, because when you don't hire like a full-term wedding planner, you are responsible for like almost everything as the bride, unless you have someone that's like helping you, hire vendors and figure out vendors and go over contracts and all of that, which I will say my fiance has been amazing at helping me decide and read contracts for me and stuff like that. He already does that with my brand deals. He's like my little assistant. He always reads through my contracts, which is great. But planning a wedding is super hard. And I am so glad that I didn't wait till the last minute. I have about 6 or 5 months left. And the amount of work that it takes to go through your vendors and go through what your venue requires, and like all the decorations and how long things take to arrive, and the timeline of the day, and like what gifts you're going to give out to people, and just like everything. There is so much. And so that I will say, if you are planning a wedding mostly yourself, just start as early as you can, honestly, as early as you can, because it just keeps piling up. But as for your day-to-day or weekly time management, something that helps me is on my phone, I will make a list of what I want to get done per week, per month sometimes. And I kind of do a little checklist on my phone, and that has really helped me with my time management, especially now that I have gone through this mental, mental drainage. I feel like going through my notes and my calendar on my phone has really helped me to go, okay, well, you need to do this, or don't forget that you need to do this. That has really helped me with my time managing skills. But I believe that time management is so important. so important because we think that time during the day, like if you're really bored or if you are just waiting to get home, you feel like time's going by so slow. But in the grand scheme of things, time goes by incredibly fast. Incredibly fast. And before you know it, it's like you don't even remember waiting. Like everything is just there. That's just how it feels now with all the things that I'm planning. It's just like everything is coming up, and time management is so important. So that's pretty much what I wanted to touch base on today. I really would love to hear your thoughts if you guys have ever felt like this, where you feel like you just don't really know what to do with your day anymore, or you feel like you're just not doing enough. I always feel like I have to do something. And I've been like that my whole life. Like, I love staying at home, but I also feel like if I'm just staying at home all day doing nothing, I'm getting nothing done and I'm just lame. Like, I feel like I need to always have something on my plate. I don't know if that's good or bad, to be honest, but I feel like I feel like a lazy person if I have nothing to do. I don't know. That's just me personally. Like, I don't care if someone else, wants to do nothing all day. Like, good for you. Like, I'm proud of you for having like a nice, relaxed day. But for me personally, I hate that. I don't know. Like, I really don't know. I need to chill. I feel like I just need to chill. But I'd love to know your thoughts, what you guys think, honestly. Like, I love hearing other people's perspectives on their day. If you have better time management skills or tips, please send them my way. I love to learn more. For today's episode, I am drinking an iced coffee with my creamer and some stevia. I put a little bit of whipped cream on top and some cinnamon and nutmeg. And I feel like it's fall, even though it's spring. And I very much so love spring, and I'm waiting for summer. Fall can wait, but I love a good fall tasting drink. So I want to know what you guys are drinking today. Please let me know below. Let me know if you guys have any good coffee recipes or even tea recipes. I'm always down to make some new drinks here and there. So I really do appreciate you guys listening. Honestly, it really means so much. I know I said that already, but like really, like this means so much to me. And this has been a really cool project that I'm working on, and I hope to connect with you guys more. I hope to invite some guests on my show. I know that's in the works. I'd love to just get to know more people. If you know anyone that wants to be on a podcast, if you listening want to be on the podcast, please hit me up, send me a DM. I would love to talk and chat and get to know your ideas, pick your brain a little bit. So I hope that you guys have a wonderful Friday. Much love. Take a chill pill. I know I need one, and just let's wish each other luck, and I hope that I will see you guys very soon. JK, I know I will see you very soon. I will see you on Friday. And yeah, have a great day, guys. Mwah.